Wendy. Long time no
Hello.
see.
I know, right? So, you guys, you are watching Movie Couple Live. Happy Wednesday. We're so happy to be back, and welcome to our live stream where we talk about the latest in movies and pop culture and entertainment and all that fun stuff. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And on today's live stream, we are talking about live action Lion King sequel.
The new Veloci-Coaster
There you go.
that's coming out.
Veloci-Coaster. And of course, Conan the Barbarian
and more.
series and more. So, you guys, we have missed you. I know we've only missed one live stream, but it feels like we missed more than that for a
I
second.
know. It
I
seems like it's
guess-
been so long since we've actually been on a live stream. It's kind of like, oh, I miss you guys.
Dustin, not her. Oh, you're wearing a Wonder Woman shirt, and Wonder Woman would have been, I think, out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought this was an appropriate
Oh, you did it on
attire for
purpose
ceremonial
to
reasons.
honor. And here I am with my. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
With Black Widow.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can say how to see the symbol on the back.
Yeah.
I really like this shirt too.
Thank you. It's from her universe. It was available for. Oh gosh.
Look at our very fashionable selves.
All in black and stuff like that. We hope you guys had a good weekend. We definitely missed you guys. I feel like there was a lot of stuff. It always happens when you take a break.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what happened is that Dustin and I went away for the weekend, and we hung out with his family. Everybody went and got a COVID test,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like self quarantined before we all saw each other. And then we it was like 48 hours before we all met up. We had got our like rapid test
Mhm.
done, and everybody came out negative, so we felt safe to gather, and we didn't interact with anyone else while we were there.
So we kind of we all went into quarantine by
But with
ourselves,
each-
by
but with each
personal choice, and having had been tested, so we were all good. And I hadn't seen my family for quite a while. You know, I
even
talked to
before
them.
the quarantine, I think, right?
Mhm. I
Christmas,
think we
maybe.
technically, I don't think we saw them until February, because that was my brother's birthday, and we saw them for a little bit to kind of get together and celebrate.
Right.
But since then, I hadn't really gotten to see them in person, so it was nice to finally be able to spend some time with them.
Yeah, it was really nice to kind of get away, and my allergy didn't cooperate because we were up at Lake Arrowhead, so there's trees.
And the smoke was
there were
even getting-
animals, yeah, and air quality still wasn't good all the way up at the lake. So oh gosh, my hair wants to be a part of the show. I just
Hello.
hello.
Wave and salute.
I'll just take it down and see what happens, because we're not a professional show anyways. We're just talking.
We
I don't
just
like
love
it
hanging
down.
out with you guys.
It's going back up. It's going back up. It's because I do workout this morning, and I put my hair up, and then it just kind of stays in that. It just kind of stays in that. This is fine. This is fine.
You look great, my love.
Oh, thank you. We have, before we dive into our super chat from Chris, aka Chris's Choice,
Woohoo.
we have a couple of announcements. So we do have some trailer reactions that were filmed that are stockpiled. I just have to edit them. So there's a lot more on the board that we have over here.
Yep.
But we did technically three yesterday. So you will get one after later this evening, Pacific time. You will get one for The Craft Legacy.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, you guys will be getting retro trailer review. It's back
Woohoo,
for
the-
at least this week. For The Craft.
Yeah, so
because
we did the
thought it was-
1996 trailer for The Craft, because after seeing the original trailer, the new trailer, I was like, you know what, I want to go back and check out, because I never saw that movie, but Wendy did. So I was like, okay, I'll check this out. This
Yeah.
seems cool.
And then we did another trailer reaction for Holiday coming to Netflix. Super, super cute.
Which looks like a cute little rom-com.
And of course, we'll be bringing out our final spoiler review for Lovecraft Country. I cannot believe it's over. I love the show so much. So that will be coming very, very soon, sometime before the week ends. And I hope you guys all will tune in on Saturday, October 3rd. Yes. October 3rd, because we have a special guest on a Saturday show, and that is the one, the only Mark Riley. Woo! Super, super excited to have Riley on the show. So make sure you guys tune in on Saturday at 2 p.m. PT. And while you guys are here watching us, whether it's for the first time or for the many, many times already, because you guys are our movie bunch and you are awesome, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. helps us out here on YouTube and get more eyes on all of our content. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into Chris's choice. Ba, ba, ba,
Dun, dun,
ba. I don't know. We need
dun.
a sound button for Chris's choice.
Ba, ba, ba,
Bow, bow, bow,
ba.
bow. So today's Chris's choice. Thank you so much, Chris. We missed you. Chris says, "Let's give the villains some love today. What are some of your favorite songs? Sung, I already know your choice. Sung by villains or about them. My favorite is still "Be Prepared"
That
by
is
Scar.
a really good one. That is definitely on the top 5. But I have to admit, for a villain, there's a couple of them because okay, let's kind of break some of them down. I think one of the all-time classics from the Disney Renaissance would be Gaston's song.
Oh yes,
which I think is great. But I think for my newer generation of bad guys, I loved Dr. Felicier's the Shadow Man song, Friends on the Oh my
side.
God.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's one of the songs that I will put on repeat kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because I just love the beat. I love the dark and ominous feel to it, but yet there's still something alluring about it. And that's exactly what the Shadow Man is that he's alluring, but yet dark. And you're just like, what is this power that he has? It's voodoo.
It's voodoo. Oh, it's such a good song too. Great composition, great animation. I think for me, oh, it's so hard to pick. Chris's choice. Why you do this every time you stump me? Because immediately my head went to Gaston for his song and the mob song.
Oh yeah, true. Kill the Beast. That's what it is.
Kill the Beast. It's actually called the mob song on the track because the mob is singing it.
Makes sense.
So I guess it's not technically Gaston's, but there's that one. Then of course there's Ursula's song.
How could I have forgotten
that is probably
that one?
number 1 for me because I love the Little Mermaid.
That is a classic one. And when Queen Latifah performed it, I was like, you go. I mean, you could tell that she was just loving every second.
Fortunate soul.
And that she was loving it. She did an amazing job. And you're like, kill it.
Yeah.
That's why you're the queen.
Huh, maybe I'm getting the Lovecraft Country seasons wrong because MK Songbird, sorry for such a big segue. Sidebar. I see in the comments you guys are saying that there are 10 episodes, and I thought that they ended with with episode 7. So we will check on that. But if there are more episodes, obviously, then
yes.
And more. Oh, sorry, I just shook the whole thing. Not having an earthquake, guys. Then there will be more reviews coming, spoiler reviews coming. But if this past episode is, anyways, you guys know. All right.
I'm pretty sure we'll find out by the end of when we actually watch the episode.
Yeah.
Because it will say next on Lovecraft Country.
We didn't get to watch it because we were still hanging out with Dustin's family. So and they're not really into horror shows like Lovecraft Country. Plus, they hadn't even started watching it. So for them to be like, hey,
jumping near
we're
the
just going
end
to watch episode 7, they're going to be asking a lot of questions. So let's go ahead and go back to Chris's choice and see what you guys are saying in the chat. And of course, if you're watching this after we've gone live, go ahead and comment your favorite villain and their song in the comment section below. I see Cruella de Vil from Chris. Hunchback of Notre Dame or Notre Dame. Good song.
That's
let's see. The Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman villain song.
Oh, yeah.
Jafar's song. Oh, yeah. It's a short one.
Yeah.
But it's good. Villain song from Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I guess there's does the Stromboni have a song? Or is there actually one with the fox and the An Actor's Life for Me? Hi, diddly dee.
But that's a Pinocchio more song, right?
Well, no, but it's the fox and the his, I don't know, I think they're both foxes that are leading Pinocchio astray from going to school.
Yeah. Speaking of foxes, Dustin and I last night where it was like 3 a.m. and we had little critters. I don't think you can show them.
I'll see if I can. Hold on a second.
Okay.
We woke up at 2:00 in the morning hearing some noise out on our balcony. And sure enough, we had some visitors.
That's what I'll show you guys right now.
Let's see if you can
tilt it down.
See that we had
there.
2 raccoons on our back porch, and they were just causing, and
Rocket raccoons.
they were just looking around for some of the stuff. And look how close he ended up getting to our window. And he's just like,
not even a little bit afraid, you guys. Not even a little bit. And it's funny because we were hearing noises, and Navi wasn't really barking.
Yeah, I thought
because
Navi would have lost her.
I'm guessing because she was maybe tired, or she had an exciting weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
So we pulled back the curtain, and it was literally Navi, the glass door, and Raccoon just staring at each other in the face, and neither one of them reacted to each other. And I was kind of surprised that Navi didn't bark, because she likes to go after birds. She likes to go after squirrels. We just learned that she likes going after butterflies. And because of where we live, we sometimes get peacocks coming down our street.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to try to go and get at the peacocks. I don't let her, because they will peck her to death, because they're huge. Yeah.
Those peacocks would tear her apart. They're mean.
They'll tear me apart.
They are technically. Are
you kidding?
Birds of prey, aren't they?
They're like Velociraptor of the bird world.
I know. I'm just looking at them like, you're beautiful, but I'm gonna steer clear around you.
Yeah.
But speaking
they were
of
so
Velociraptors,
cute, though. Yes, we're gonna talk about the Veloci-Coaster
coming to Universal Studios Florida.
Got some pictures for you guys. Oh, hold on, I gotta take off the banner here. So yeah, this is coming to Universal Studios, and as Dustin said, it is going to the Florida one. So this is described as a quote-unquote new species of coaster, and this is called the Veloci-Coaster. This is going to be the world's first coaster. That's going to be based on the Jurassic franchise, and it's going to on the tracks like a series of very intense maneuvers that will send you catapulting to, I think, the speed up to 750 miles per hour, more than 150 feet in the air.
70 miles per hour.
70 miles per hour. What did I say?
750. I'm like, that's like broken sound barrier speed.
You come back, there's no guests in
the just vaporized.
Sorry about that. 70 miles per hour and more than 150 feet in the air. I probably want to combine those numbers together.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be fun, and it's going to kind of throw the guests into the middle of Jurassic World Adventure. There's a really cool trailer out for it too, that you can find on YouTube that kind of shows you, and this is kind of a better rendering of what the ride will look like.
It looks really fun because it looks like it's really built around a huge, like, mountainous set, and kind of gives me a little bit of that the Everest ride.
Oh, yeah. But even more intense. You guys got to watch the trailer. It's so cool. So there's a couple of more facts about this roller coaster, and this is from just a press release from Universal Orlando. So the Veloci-Coaster spans to more than 4,700 feet of tracks and reaches as high as 155 feet. And there, let's see, the guests will accelerate through 2 pulse pounding launches. So like probably 0 to 70 in 2.4 seconds.
Oh, wow.
There is an encounter a one-of-a-kind 360-degree barrel roll right above the island of Adventure Lagoon. So you go right over the water. And I think they do that too with, what's another roller coaster? Was it the Dueling Dragon? It's not called Dueling Dragons anymore.
It was the Dueling Dragons before.
Nice.
I think they even had it was called the Tri-Wizard Tournament, but now I think they've taken it out completely.
What? To make room for this? Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's made room for this.
I don't remember.
But I thought they were going to be, no, it's Hagrid's. They took that out for the Hagrid's.
Oh, that one looks really cool too. Let's see. And what else they're saying about this coaster. So guests or riders will experience a zero gravity inverted stall that will send riders upside down across 100 feet of tracks in the jaw-dropping maneuver that is first of its kind.
Wow.
Woo! And brace for a total of 12 heart-pounding seconds of airtime, a thrilling sensation of weightlessness riders feel when they're lifted from their seats throughout the entire adventure.
I'm going to be needing some, what is it, dragging?
Yes.
When we go on this, because, oh my gosh. I mean, I could probably do like 1 or 2 roller coasters throughout the entire day. So I want to start like my day off with this, make sure I've taken my Dramamine so then I can go on it again later on in the day.
This sounds just so exciting. And I feel like as we get older, because when I was little, I was so into roller coaster. I was like on any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rickety ones at the fair, at the traveling carnival that you probably shouldn't go on.
I remember.
I still like the double looper at the at the Miami-Dade County Fair. I would go on it all the time. That was on my all-time favorite ride until the older I got, the more I realized, oh man, I don't feel completely safe on this. When the bar doesn't close the gap from the lowest from its lowest resting point to you, where if you wiggle just enough, you can actually come out of it. I am not okay with that. I prefer
Hmm.
roller coasters in a controlled environment where they're stationary and there's somebody checking on them all the time. Not to say that accidents can't happen, but it's way less likely,
Hmm.
like way less likely to happen because so many people, they're always checking it. The tracks are, they're not traveling. You're not going to miss a screw and be like, well, she'll
Did
hold.
that just get dropped off there? Oh, maybe it was at the last place that we were just at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I remember going, yeah, my parents and my whole family used to go to the LA County Fair a lot. And this was back in the day, when it was still kind of safe to let your kids go out and have fun. My parents would go and see like
As
a
opposed to,
concert. And it was the three of us. So it was me, my older brother, me, and my younger brother.
mm-hmm.
And my parents would go see a concert, and they would get us those all day ride passes, and we
Wow.
would just be going on the rides all
What
day long.
luxury.
And I would not be able to do that now. And now I'm kind of like, that probably wasn't the safe. Those weren't the safest rides to go on.
Oh man, no, but this sounds like fun. It sounds like a mixture of tatsu
Mm-hmm.
minus the fact that you're seated in a cart. You're not on your stomach like you're not like a Superman flying position. But tatsu is also an interesting. That's at Six Flags
Tatsu was
Magic
fun.
Mountain. Yeah, that's a fun one. Debbie says that sounds even more insane than the Hulk coaster. Hulk coaster is a lot of fun.
Oh.
They shoot you out too,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's 0 to 60 instead of 0 to 70.
Maybe
0 to 70 is very fast in 2.4 seconds. I feel like when you
It's
do
like,
it, a bit of your soul leaves your body. It's like back there, like, wait.
You're like, oh no, I left my heart back there.
I left it back there. Bring it back. Yeah. And then you're just in for a wild ride. But the tracks looks awesome. We hope you guys check out the trailer. It is super cool. And with that, moving on to our next news flash topic, which we put in just because I'm into it.
Because of Wendy's obsession.
Look, K-pop and K-drama are and boba tea. Basically, if you give me, that's my
I want to
trifecta
get
right
some
there.
boba tea today.
We're gonna get it today because in LA it's 102. Hold on, I'm checking right now.
Yeah. The high is going to be
104 right now where we are.
It was supposed to.
Yuck. No.
Don't like that. Don't
no,
like
thank you. But let's talk about K-pop for a little bit. Blackpink finally are getting their full album. It is releasing on October 2nd. They have a short teaser that came out that's on their YouTube channel, and all the girls are reposting it too on their various Instagrams, and it's called Lovesick. It's very quick, but it's got a more acoustic sound as opposed to the heavy dance beat that we normally experience with Blackpink songs like How You Like That. Ice Cream is also a different flavor where it's like light and poppy and very summery. They have an 8-track album. I personally would have loved to see an 11 to 12 song album.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not even going to complain. They've been a group, I think, since 2018, 2017.
I have no idea.
I can't remember, but maybe earlier than that. They've been out for a while and they've never had a full album. They've only had mini albums.
Yeah, so like 1, 2, 3 songs.
Yeah, 3 songs max. And I'm just like, maybe 4. I'm like, what the crap is this? So I am super excited. And speaking of the K-pop phenomenon and awesome groups, and there's so many out there. Like I don't just listen to Blackpink and BTS, even though I primarily do listen to Blackpink and I consider myself a Blink. I don't consider myself ARMY because I don't know every single aspect of every single member. I don't know all of their songs by heart, but I enjoy every single one of them. And their BTS's latest performance on the NPR Tiny Desk concert is so good. It's so good. And I love their outfits and everything. So this is like BTS week and they're performing, I think for the next, I think it's 4 days consecutively. They've already had 2, and tonight's the 3rd performance, and there's a 4th performance, and it's airing on Jimmy Fallon at 9:30 p.m.
Didn't they? And they just did Jimmy Kimmel,
2.
right?
No, they did Fallon.
Oh, okay.
And they performed Idol, and it was such a with the cool set and lighting in the back. They performed Home. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I'm so happy to be just getting all these contents, and now I would like to see even more K-pop groups crossover, like more Red Velvet. Stray Kids needs some love. EXO needs some love, or EXO.
And for Blink, aren't they? One of their songs is with Cardi B.
Yeah, for their album.
Which
it's
I'm
a full-on
excited.
English song. I just need like Jennie, Lisa, and Cardi just to do full-on rap.
That would be fun.
Yes, I'm gonna probably go nuts over that song. Oh my gosh, I can't. I haven't. It didn't even pre-order the album. I probably should have because now it's gonna be sold out. I'm just gonna have to listen on their YouTube channel or something,
Mhm.
or on Spotify or download it or something like that. And sorry that I know not everybody is into K-pop, but I'm really into it, which
But
is
Wendy
why
is really
I
into
love
it. So,
K-pop.
and seeing how she's the one who puts all the show notes together, she gets to decide.
Yes,
And I'm like, that's awesome, baby, because it's something you're excited about and you get to share. That's the whole point of this, is for us to share what we love and we're excited about with you
Yeah.
guys.
How you like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have another super chat from
Woo!
Chris. Chris writes, "Hey, by the way, have you watched Ratchet? I am 3 episodes in, and she is creepy AF. We have not started it yet because we wanted to focus on some couple of other things,
Mhm.
and I feel like this series is something I'd rather just binge all the way through.
Yeah, and then give our
And then give our
thoughts.
overall thoughts for the whole season as opposed to doing one-on-one. We might change that our thoughts about that after we watch one episode, but I have a feeling it's going to be an overall thought on Ratchet, but I can't wait. I've only heard good things about it so far.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I can't wait.
That, and also I think after we're done, I really want to go back and watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Ooh, okay.
And
do a comparison maybe.
And do a comparison and see how well they match up, and does it make you're just like, oh, you get so much more story and some subtext to a lot of the things that are going on.
Yes. And you guys, moving on to our main topics for today. First up is Conan the Barbarian, but the series
Conan.
It's been so
The
long since
I remember the
watched
old Conan the Barbarian
1980
cartoon.
They
had it and of course, you know, when you first think of Conan, the first person you think of is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sorry, that's a terrible Arnold accent. And Red Sonja.
Yeah.
But
James Earl Jones.
I always think too of that old 80s cartoon of Conan the Barbarian.
I don't think I've seen it.
I haven't seen it in many
years. Does it not
years.
age well?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
You should watch a trailer for it. See if you can. Do they even have? No, they wouldn't have trailers way back.
No,
then.
they would have for that. They would have like the song beginning, and it was kind of like Conan the Adventurer, and kind of a thing. And sorry, I am not musically inclined. I really should not have attempted to do that.
No, I want to watch it. But this series is going to be live action, and it's for Netflix. So this is an exclusive from Deadline. Netflix has put in development an epic live action adventure based on Conan the Barbarian, which is the iconic like sword and sorcery character created by Robert E. Howard. So there is still a search underway for a showrunner, for a writer, and obviously a director to be a part of the project. But obviously, as Dustin stated, this character is most famously played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1982 film. And I
feel so bad for Jason Momoa's version.
Yes, I was just going to say he was in the other one.
He was good in that
2011.
But everything else was just there were so many different things that just went wrong with that.
Yeah.
And one of them was not Jason Momoa. He was pretty cool.
No. Hey, Starchu says Dustin, that was good.
Oh, for the
Arnold, yeah, whatever.
Conan.
Is that how it's...
It is. It's that very deep kind of
that sounds like
comic
Flash.
booky. Yeah. But if you took that, because that's very what is that, soprano?
Yeah.
And then took it Conan, Flash, kind of a thing. Sorry.
Because he's beefy, so he's got to sound like. Ooh.
He has to have the manly voice.
Yeah. Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, I'm interested to kind of see it in a live action series. I feel like it's gonna be a combination of somewhat of the movie, and a little bit of maybe Hercules. Remember Hercules with Kevin Sorbo? And then Xena was better. And then I had to put that out there. Sorry, no shade. There was shade. And Beastmaster.
Oh yeah,
like that's what I'm hoping to see.
I remember all of those 90 live action.
I kind of want it like that, to be honest with you.
Sword and sandals.
So cheesy, but if it's going to be a mini series or like a one-off series, and they don't plan to do a season 2 and they don't continue it, then maybe it shouldn't be too TV cheesy or TV that that TV humor, especially in the types of with Hercules in that way, but. I don't know. I don't want it to be all serious.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
you
could be
could
too
easily
dark.
take the story of Conan the Barbarian and turn it into very much a Game of Thrones
Oh,
kind of a show to where, yeah, it's dark, it's gritty, people are dying left and right, and honestly,
yeah.
that would be a very strong direction
Yes.
for them to move into.
Yes.
But I could also see them making it a little bit lighter, making it a little
Mhm.
bit
Mhm.
less. I don't think they're going to go totally CW on it,
Okay.
because that's not quite Netflix's style. I mean, it
Okay.
could very well be done,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think. But for a property like this, I think they're going to take it more in the direction of a gritty, more realistic kind
Yes.
of show, which, there's so many of them out there. And there's different genres, from fantasy to westerns to future westerns.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, that's
Yeah.
on HBO. I'm thinking of Westworld.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Netflix, they have to dial down just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, you can't have that much nudity
Yeah.
in
Like in Lovecraft.
yeah, oh geez. That I think they're getting more and more
We haven't even
TNA.
seen episode 7 yet.
Episode 6 had a lot of it too.
So good though.
That was a good episode.
Such a good episode. Great story. I loved it.
We're kind of all over.
What? Sorry.
From Conan to Lovecraft.
Well, we're just kind of comparing, different variations of styles of live action shows and how we would want to see this. So, with the show coming, they haven't announced who would be playing Conan. Is there somebody you would want to see play Conan?
I think to see, I would love to see another Jason Momoa type. I think in that kind of role, that just that in really gruff looking, deep voice, almost kind of like a Henry Cavill in Witcher. But I think Henry Cavill is a little too pretty. Conan needs to look like someone who, if you piss him off, will just grab you by the arms and just rip you apart.
So Jason Momoa.
So yeah, Jason Momoa.
Or The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes. Conan can't be. I think that's a little
too charismatic.
Too charismatic.
But so is Jason Momoa, don't you think?
Yeah, but Jason Momoa.
He's got the hair.
He has the hair and he has the attitude, but I think he falls more in that line of gruff, kind of charisma, where The Rock is just smooth, polished charisma kind of thing. To where, even though he also has
charming.
Yeah, in a little too modern of a way. I mean, they could definitely take it in that direction.
And he could do it too. There's no doubt in my mind that he would be able to do it. But you're right. Maybe somebody that's a little bit more like rough around the edges.
Yeah. Because that's what Conan really is about, is the way he's able, since he's so strong, so overbearing. It's just the fact that when he goes up against his opponent, it is about annihilating your opponent.
Yes.
And just completely destroying them. And when people see that, they're like, okay, we want to be on this guy's good side, or else we're going to be dead.
Yeah.
And so it's a very much a fear by presence and intimidation kind of a character.
Exactly.
So I'm excited. But of course, there isn't, besides Arnold, there really isn't a idealized way to do Conan. So I think there is many different avenues that they possibly can take.
They can take it different ways, and I think we're kind of stuck on the build of Conan the Barbarian. You want to have it fit that.
Yeah.
Fit that. So I think that's why actors like Dwayne Johnson and Jason Momoa comes to mind. But again, they can take it in as many directions as they want to. They can explore it from younger Conan to adult, older Conan. So could be whatever. And I am seeing you guys talking about this in the chat. Yes, The Rock did play Hercules.
Mm-hmm. He did that movie with her as Hercules.
As Hercules, yeah.
Where he has the big lion on his head.
Look what Stardew just wrote. Stardew says, The Rock is God of War video game story.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
I think that would be really fun.
Yeah. Oh, he would crush it. He would crush it. That's so good. And before we move on to our next topic, we just want to wish Noah a very happy early birthday. Birthday is in 6 days. Congratulations. Confetti, poo, 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 poo. We don't have any sort of...
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
Ta-da. Happy birthday.
Sorry.
Moving on to our next topic. Not a very fun topic. but we thought we definitely wanted to talk about it because we're big Disney fans.
Mm-hmm.
We love going to the parks.
And a lot of
our friends,
our movie bunch and
so
our
movie bunch,
friends
our cast
are
members.
affected by this.
Yes. So this is such a poo-poo thing, but the Walt Disney Company announced on Tuesday that 28,000 employees will, from the various aspects of the company, from the parks, from experiences and products, at all levels, will be laid off. And this is approximately, they say, approximately 28,000 domestic employees will be affected by this decision, and about 67% of them are part-time workers, which doubles the suck because I believe part-time workers don't even get to be furloughed.
Nope.
So,
well, actually, firing your part-time workers, there's actually, I'm surprised
I don't know how
they're
that
doing
works.
the part-time workers, because technically for my job, what I was working part-time,
Mhm.
I'm still technically furloughed. The
Mhm.
reason why they don't just
Mhm.
outright fire me is because I don't get any benefits, or I don't get any health insurance.
Right.
So
So you're
keeping
not
me furloughed,
full-time.
yeah.
Right.
If I was full-time, then yes, they still have to give me the benefits, even though they're
Yes.
not giving me the hours.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, the first thing that they would cut would be those part-time people and say, okay, no, you are officially fired.
Mhm.
But I'm just sitting here and going, 2020 just keeps on
Just a year of
sucking.
losses is what this year is. That's the log line. That's the title for the year. And here's a quote from Disney. We're talking with impacted employees as well as to the union on next steps for union represented cast members. Over the past several months, we've been forced to make a number of necessary adjustments to our business. And as difficult as this decision is today, we believe that the steps we're taking will enable us to emerge a more effective and efficient operation when we return to normal. Another thing that he did say in the statement was that, and then this line kind of stood out with me, and obviously we know Walt Disney World is open, even though they're operating on at capacity, shorter hours, less people, obviously less employees being called back to work, but some of the employees are getting to work regardless because some people, that's the only way to make money, right? One of the things though that he did say in his statement was he pointed out that California's unwillingness to open kind of, I get where he's coming from. I think he's really, really frustrated in having to make this decision to let 28,000 people go. He's gonna have probably a few sleep. A lot of people are going to have some sleepless nights. So it's certainly not an easy decision. But to also, and this is where I feel like I'm so stuck in, like, between a rock and a hard place, because I agree and I disagree. Right? It's like I so badly want everything to reopen, but how can we do it when the global pandemic is still happening and it's still, the cases are still very high here in the States? And it's not about, it's so, a part of me want to say it's not about you, and if you go out, you expose not only yourself to the virus, but you can transfer it to other people who are likely to have a really bad response to it, like they could be hospitalized, or worse, they could die. On the other hand is like, I want to see these people don't have jobs, they need to work, they have families to supply for. So it's just so, it's such a bad situation, but I wish he hadn't worded it exactly like that. And I know a lot of people are trying to pressure like California to open, and California has been very strict with which I think it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing if you can't work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of push and pull. It's a lot of back and forth. What do you think about this whole thing?
It's for lack of a better word, I'm sorry, it's a shit situation for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I heard, I haven't double checked on this, but yeah, Disney's last quarterly earnings were $4 billion in losses.
That's how much they put that in perspective. That's how much they paid to buy Star Wars.
All out, yeah, to buy 100% of the rights for Star Wars was about $4 billion. So yeah, imagine having to pay $4 billion for Star Wars, but then you don't get Star Wars, kind of a thing. And as long as Disneyland is not open, yeah, a lot of
they're wasting money as opposed to making money, because they still have to pay people to upkeep. They have to, because the bright California sun shines on it every day, so there needs to be repairs and maintenance. It still needs to somewhat operate, even though if it's not open. Downtown Disney is open, And even with like the merchandising and shopping, I feel like sometimes people when they're in Disney parks, specifically Orlando, and because other places have all opened globally. I think Disneyland is the only one that has not reopened.
Yeah, all the other ones have, except for
because of the
Disneyland.
restrictions here. Um, People are more likely to buy a ton of things when they're walking around in the parks because they're
Mm-hmm.
seeing the merchandise. They very expertly and strategically exit you out of a ride into souvenir shops, so you're kind of caught up in the moment and you're like, oh my gosh, and kids saying, I want this, mom, and you say, all right, or you see people walking around with these gorgeous mini ears and you're like, well, I want a pair, so you go into the wall of ears and you pick them. I think it's, yes, they have a lot of shopping experiences open online and of course in downtown Disney as well, because they literally just opened Star Wars Trading Post so people can go and buy the very exclusive Galaxy's Edge stuff. But people still aren't going to because
You spend more
you're
when
more
you're in the park.
influenced. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the moment. You're excited. You're with your family. You're like, yeah, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. When you're walking around the park, and yeah, that's where you make a lot of your money. Sales in not just merchandise, but food and
Photo
I
passes.
I'm just really hoping that Disneyland can open soon, work at maybe half capacity, because then
Well, I
you'll
think
have at
Florida's at
least
30%.
some.
So yeah, they can do like
30%?
I think 30% capacity.
Oh
I
wow.
think I don't know.
Well, I think that's
I
now
haven't read up on it because I don't
that
live in
has
Florida. So
now recently been lifted in Florida,
ah,
because
let's do a quick
the
Google.
governor of Florida actually said no more restrictions, no more nothing. All businesses are allowed to open.
Oh right.
No special things given. You have as go ahead and open and do it however you want. Which I personally don't think's the best idea,
Nope.
but I mean I think it would be nice if Disneyland could open to get just a small amount of money
Just
coming
a
in,
little bit.
so they can still keep more of those employees on. But then once again, that means if even like what if one person gets sick from being there and dies, is that
Ooh.
too? I mean,
Okay. So I'm just reading a quick article up on Forbes, and it says for theme parks, Florida's reopening guidances say, quote, theme parks may return to normal operations with limited social distancing protocols. And then normal operations in this case means that Walt Disney World and Florida's other theme parks can increase capacity to pre-pandemic levels, which is full
oh
capacity,
wow.
and they are no longer to require to enforce wearing of face masks.
Okay, you see,
That's where
there's a balance you have to have. You can't just, I mean,
pandemic's still happening, guys.
California and Florida are the two extremes that you're looking at. The 100% absolutely not opening compared to yes, 100% open.
Oh,
You need to be able to
gosh.
have some of the social distancing, make people wear masks so that you can still have a healthy and a healthier, I'm going to say, a
Yeah.
healthier environment. And
Okay.
it's like
So
neither one of these choices are the correct one.
it's very both extremes. So that is what the government is telling them that they can do. However, Walt Disney World is saying that they don't intend to return to normal, at least for the moment.
Oh,
They say we received the governor's executive order and are evaluating it to determine what it may mean for our business. We are not making any immediate changes. As a reminder, face coverings are still required at Disney World Resort.
good.
So good on you, Disney,
Good for you,
for
Disney.
doing
Yeah.
that. I hope that they are not the only theme park to do that, because I remember seeing a video where SeaWorld, I think, was the one that had the hand sanitizer and then some of the stickers, but nobody followed it. People were not wearing their face masks, and people weren't social distancing. They basically weren't respecting it. So that's just a bit of craziness. Hello to Justin J. Wood for watching us on Twitch. Hello.
Woo!
Just a reminder that we do also stream on Twitch simultaneously at the same time. So this article is saying that park hours for Walt Disney World, at least through December, will be limited. So the crowds will remain concentrated into shorter hours. And if they increase capacity even to 75%, they will have to introduce or reintroduce some sort of fast pass to help mitigate the wait times, because that's what you don't want.
Is
Is
standing in line.
It's standing, like outdoor queues are a little bit better because there's moving, circulating, like
Yeah.
you're not breathing in each other's cooties. Because remember, That's how you get sick. Forget about like COVID, right? That's how you get the flu during flu season.
Hmm.
That's how you get a cold. Is I feel like you're less likely to contract it. I mean, if the person's coughing like on your face, then you probably probably can get a cold or a flu.
Yeah, true.
But like if you know if you're outside and you're both facing the same direction, they kind of cough this way or into their elbow or something like that, you're less.
There's
So
also
it's
the big
going to
fact.
be inside.
There's also the big fact that also, let's say they do raise capacity to 100% in all of the parks. Are they actually going to get that? I mean, I'm actually curious about a
Oh.
number that I haven't looked up. Is, let's say Disneyland right now, Disneyland Florida is at 30% or 33, whatever that one third mark is, the
Mm-hmm.
33.333% allowed to open. Are they actually reaching that? Are they actually getting to 33% and saying, okay, sorry, no one else is allowed to come into the park at this time? Are they really getting there? Are they having to turn away customers?
Mm-hmm.
So even if they're like, yeah, 100%, they're still not getting over 30% of their
Because
capacity
people
filled
aren't
because no one's
going.
going.
Yeah.
So you do have also an automatic balancing mechanism there.
Yes.
So I'm curious on how much it affects it. What are they
Mm-hmm.
still able to do?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're lifting all of these restrictions, doesn't matter because are people really going out?
Mm-mm.
Kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I really do think it's, yeah, the two states are the perfect example of the two extremes.
Yep.
100% closure or 100% open. I'm like, there is an in between that's going to work. Because if you're not getting the people,
Nope.
then what's the point of raising your capacity up to 100%?
Yep.
And if wearing a mask doesn't really affect how many people you can have come in, then have them wear a mask because there's technically no downside
Mm-hmm.
to wearing a mask. So I find it to be, why does it have to be one extreme or the other? Look at the science and find out where the happy medium is.
Yes. And yeah, so look, like I know for a lot of people masks are uncomfortable, especially if you didn't grow up wearing masks. Like Dustin didn't grow up wearing masks. It took
It's
some
very weird.
it took time to get used to having something over your face the whole time, and especially sometimes it can hurt behind your ear. Um I grew up in, and you guys have heard this already, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but growing up in Taiwan, masks was always the thing. I was a sickly kid. I was sick a lot. So I was
Yeah.
always, my mom's like, always like, wear your mask. I complained about it all the time, even though she tried to buy me the cutest masks ever. And I'm still like, no, I don't want to wear it. She's like, well, if you want to go outside, you're going to wear it. Because my allergy was really bad too. And the air quality in Taiwan sometimes isn't good. So, I would just begrudgingly like, hmm. And then she'll be like, if you're going to go outside, smile.
I'm wearing a mask. How can you tell?
I should have thrown that back in her face. Oh my
And
god.
there's a lot of things that I mean,
Oh my
because Disneyland is
gosh.
closed,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
missed out on Avengers Campus, which I was so
I wanted
dying
to
to
go eat the
see.
food
The food there,
too.
and I miss Disney so much. I
Yes.
really, really want to go. And there's a lot of Marvel stuff that I'm excited to see. And
Yeah.
so I wish they
Yeah.
could find that happy medium.
Yeah. Well, and our hearts goes out to all the Disney employees. I,
Definitely.
our hearts are with you. This is definitely awful news. Like no matter how you spin it, how you look at it, people are gonna lose their livelihood, their job, and they're gonna have to go find a new one, which totally sucks. If they had insurance, they will lose it. Dustin and I, have already. I feel like I'm numb to it because I've already dealt with it. Because of this stupid pandemic that
Yeah,
lost a lot of things that we are used to having. So now we're not. So you just
we
have to
dealt
learn
with
to
the
pivot.
whole unemployment thing at the very beginning,
God, it was
and
awful.
I'm hoping that they've gotten at least some of their stuff together between the different states with Disney employees to
Hmm.
where it's going to be easier
Yeah.
for them to transition these unemployed employees
Yes.
for unemployment.
Yeah.
I
If
just
they can
feel
be furloughed and not fired, that would be great. But they said layoff, so it's
they're
two
gonna,
very different meanings.
yeah.
Yeah. So our hearts are with everybody, and if you do get to go to, if you're interacting with the Disney cast members, whether it's at Downtown Disney or in Florida at the theme parks, just remember that they are going through it right now. Even if they get some of the people get to keep their jobs, they're gonna know their friends may not have, the same results. So keep that in mind. Be kind, be nice, don't give them any trouble, and just I don't know, eat some Dole Whip and enjoy. Before we get into this super chat from Lamont Smalls, thank you so much. We want to say hello to I'm gonna say this totally wrong, Ebertog or Ibertog, and Yu Hai Goku on Twitch watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And going back to Lamont Smalls, awesome super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, sorry I'm late. Don't worry, you made it just in time. What did you hear about the news about the new actress hired to play Miss Marvel? Well, luckily we have a movie couple Discord where Pardee dropped the news on it. I just didn't see it in time to build it into our notes. So we're going to talk about it now. So Miss Marvel, which is coming soon to Disney Plus, as one of their Marvel shows, and that includes also Moon
More
Knight.
Marvel shows.
Yeah, Loki.
The more the merrier.
Miss Marvel, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I already said Loki, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So Miss Marvel found their actress, and they've cast. I'm going to say this wrong as well. I'm not great with pronunciation if I haven't pronounced it before, but I want to say it is pronounced Iman Vellani. I apologize if it is incorrect, but she has been cast in the title role, and that is according to Variety. So she's going to play 16 years old Kamala. What is her last name? Khan. Thank you. And this is really exciting. So Disney Plus and Marvel have not commented to confirm or deny the casting, which I like to say usually when they don't deny it, it may be true. But again, we don't know. We don't know because they just want to kind of keep it all secret. Because what if she's in the show and she's playing somebody else, right?
Very true.
But I would like to believe that this is it. And this came 2 weeks after the series found their director. Or directors, should I say. So this is like really, really exciting that they've already found their lead actress. So now they can start building the cast around her and flesh out the story and go into pre-production. And then when it is safe to do so, go into production and actually shoot. I'm pretty sure they're not going to shoot here in California. I'm pretty sure they'll go to either Georgia to shoot there, or they'll go up to Canada to shoot. Or somewhere else,
wherever the places that's actually open, seeing how California isn't.
Yes,
but I'm excited because the more Marvel stuff we get, and I also love that they're really spreading out their ethnicity a lot more.
Yes,
so, and the more diversity, I think the better.
Diversity matters. There was something that I was talking about. Oh, I think it was the Lovecraft Country episode with Janie Chung as Jia, and I loved how basically the entire episode took place in Korea, and the entire episode I was so, my little K-drama heart was so happy because it was the mostly spoke, I would say, like 80% Korean, and it felt just so authentic. It felt so great. It allowed a lot of Asian American actors to have a job, to be a part of that episode, and it just made me really happy. And I think that's why diversity and representation matters.
Yeah,
in all
it's
aspects.
kind of like what Viola Davis said when she won the Academy Award, is the fact that you can't get awards for roles that aren't there.
Yes.
And being able to create this diversity gives everyone a more opportunity to show how talented they are. So I am just happy that we're going to have more actors, especially the fact that it's going to, if I'm not mistaken, she's a relatively new actress.
Yes, she's super. I'm trying to look up her IMDb right now. For some reason, it doesn't want to show me.
What Goku said is that she is a new actress, makes it fresh. Yeah, to bring in new faces, to bring in
and she's young, so she can grow with the series. She can grow with the movies because they always do multi-picture deals when they finally can implement the TV universe to the MCU, to the cinematic universe. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not finding. How is it that I'm not finding? I mean, if she's brand new, then that's going to be really exciting. Like if she hasn't
this
really
is her
done
her
breakout role, and oh man, what a great way to start a career, honestly. That's so awesome. Congratulations to her. We look forward to seeing her in the show. I think Disney they won't cast just anyone, so this is great for her. We're super excited, and like imagine this being your first role, and you not only get like you're a badass superhero with really cool superpowers. She's gonna get merch. She's gonna get
Oh my, it's gonna be
her
just
action hero,
it's gonna
action
be just
figure.
like what is it called? The video game where she's going, oh my gosh, they have a t-shirt about me. I have merchandise.
Yeah.
And she's just super excited. And yeah, I would to have that kind of innocence in a character is
Yeah.
really fun to watch and really fun
Yes.
to see. So I'm just excited for them to explore this and to just have different stories, more and more different stories, pull from games, pull from comic books,
Yep.
pull from old movies. So the more the merrier.
The
Just
more the merrier.
as there's only two qualifications, lots and
good.
That's all I'm looking for.
Usually we apply that only to food, but it can apply to movies and TV shows as well. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our final topic. And this one is about, hey, it's more Disney news. Lion
Hakuna
King.
Matata.
Nice. I see what you did there. Lion King live action, but a sequel? What? So this is according to Deadline, and they have landed Moonlight Academy Award winner director Barry Jenkins is set to direct the follow-up to Disney's live-action Lion King, and this film is going to continue using the same technology that you saw in both Lion King by Jon Favreau and The Jungle Book, also by Jon Favreau. So there so far is no release dates. There so far there's no they don't even have a plot. We don't really know what the plot is, but Deadline does report that the story will kind of further explore the mythology of the characters, including Mufasa's origin, which I don't remember really seeing it in the respective Lion King straight to DVD sequels, because there was Lion King 1.5. But 1.5 was like Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, it was just a Timon and Pumbaa
so it
story.
was still like encapsulated in that first Lion King story. But then we have Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
Yeah.
And that was with the daughter of Simba and Nala and Scar's oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
And how they like, will they bring the two herds back together, and will there be harmony on Pride Rock again, sort of a thing. And I wonder if that is the way they're gonna go, if they'll borrow any sort of storylines from there. Let me see what other notes I put.
Maybe kind of treat it like, what is it called? Kind of like the Legends universe.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, we like this. Let's take it and kind of play with it. Let's just kind of play with it for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm still kind of like undecided about whether I'm excited about this or not. But the director, Barry Jenkins, really excited about this. And he says, quote, helping my sister raise two young boys during the 90s, I grew up with these characters. Having the opportunity to work with Disney on expanding this magnificent role of friendship, love, and legacy while furthering my work, chronicling the lives and souls of folks within Africa diaspora is a dream come true. So it sounds like he's got some ideas. He's passionate about this. And if, you know what, if there is nothing better than having a director being 110% in to the project, regardless of what the audience think about it, right? Like, Disney wants to do it. He's like, you know what, I'm game. I got ideas. I want to do this really, really, do a good job at it. Then
well, and here's another thing.
Let's watch it
too. I remember during the gallery episode of special effects for when they were talking about, what is it? Not The Void, but how they were filming The Mandalorian and the volume, and how they actually pulled a lot of the technology that they used in Jungle Book and in the Lion King. And a part of me is kind of like, if they've already have all of these sets designed, all of these characters designed, all of these things, pretty much all of the skins set and ready, and they're all just sitting in a digital file, I'm thinking that would make it a lot easier to be able to just jump in and do a sequel and be like, there's really not much pre-production. The pre-production costs and expenses would be cut significantly.
But you can do it even remotely too.
Mm-hmm.
You can do your Zoom meetings, or you can do smaller one-on-one social distance meetings, and then also for, I mean, if it's a continuation, then the majority of casting is done, aside from new characters. You just bring back the actors from The Lion King, the live-action version, and they can all record remotely, or you rent out the studio for the day for one person at a time, and you come in and do all your lines.
Yeah, I don't think this would be good to like release out in theaters, to have a big budget release. I think Disney Plus is a good place to put this.
Yes.
And if
is it going to Disney Plus?
Is it?
It doesn't say.
Well, honestly, I think Disney Plus would probably be the better place to put this.
No, I think they're going to put it in theaters.
Oh,
I think they're going to put it in theaters.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if
Apparently, the
that.
last movie grossed 1.6 billion worldwide.
Oh wow.
So they're not going to put that on Disney Plus. They're going to go to theaters with this one.
True, and
Yeah.
also it depends on how much they can make the sequel for. If they can make it for a fraction of the cost,
Yeah.
then yeah, it's probably a good call to put it out in movie theaters so it still makes a big amount of money.
Yeah.
But also, if we're still struggling, well, they're just announcing this, so it's not going to be
Yes.
coming out in 2021. It's probably going to be closer to 2022,
2022.
2023.
So
So I'm curious on where this goes. It sounds
yeah.
honestly, I'm kind of excited about this. I'm like,
I mean, I
I'm,
actually enjoyed the 2019. I know I'm one of the few people to actually enjoy the 2019 Lion King. I don't
mhm.
mind it. It's exactly what I wanted.
I think they do need to work though a little bit more on some of the
The
facial
facial, yeah, a
expressions,
little bit more
especially
animated.
the lions, because
Just
they
a little eyebrow, like not eye. They don't have eyebrows, but like just twitching of the like movement of the eye
some
a little
facial
bit. Yes,
expressions
some
what
wrinkling or
is
something like that.
definitely needed.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying, and this is coming from Debbie and Stardrew, that they're thinking this was a sequel, or sorry, a prequel for Scar. Maybe I'm reading it wrong too, because according to Deadline, like the the headline is the Lion King follow up set with Moonlight director Barry Jenkins to helm for, and then it says Barry Jenkins to direct the studio's follow up to 2019 blockbuster. And unless I'm reading it wrong, follow up generally
Means yeah, it means a sequel.
yeah. So, but I mean, I guess they could really take it to a Scar prequel and origin. I mean, it would make sense if they're talking about exploring the mythologies and the origins of other characters such as Mufasa. Then Scar would fit into that because they're brothers.
Yeah,
So that would actually be you know.
I think we're gonna bottom line, we're gonna need some more information about this
Yes.
before we get like take our money kind of a thing.
Right. So yeah, I mean, once they release the plot line, once they have it figured out and they're confident in the story what they want to tell and everybody can agree on it, then that's when we'll get it and then we'll explore more into it here on one of our live streams. But yeah,
more information means more content for our show.
I do like that Barry Jenkins is doing it though. That alone makes me want to go watch it. What did you do? I wasn't looking.
I did kind of a thing, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm a huge dork.
that you are, and I'm okay with it. We have a super chat from Amr Nail. Thank you so much. Hey guys, hey Amr. The Oscars have been postponed until April 2021. However, new movies have not been airing in theaters since March, and so many have been postponed. How will that work out? I feel like we talked about this.
I think we did talk about it on one of our live streams before, and what they're doing is they're going to be lifting a lot of the restrictions to qualify for the Oscars. So I think come closer to the Oscars next year, around probably around March and April, we're going to get a lot of short-term releases out in, or that's not the correct term, but movies that just come out for a few weeks, so they qualify to be in the Oscars, and then they will be able to be nominated.
Right, like it's not going to be every single movie that comes out on streaming that's going to be eligible, because that's a ton of movies for the voters to have to rewatch and watch through and vote on. But they decided that let's see, a movie that winds up on streaming service must have had like a pre-planned. They were going to do a theatrical release, but they didn't get to. Therefore, they had to, and because of COVID, so they have to shift to streaming. And I think that is it. And then like it normally requires like at least a 7-day run in a commercial theater in LA. So I think there's still some restrictions. So not you won't be able to see every like Netflix movie, for example. Be up for the Oscars, but the ones that they had planned to go
like for example, Trolls, the newest Trolls movie, since it was planned to come out in theaters, however, all it did was a VOD release, they are still qualified to be nominated for an Oscar, which is, I'm like, makes sense. If you have a curveball thrown at an entire group of artists, and then the the judging society, whichever one you're talking about, is very much like, okay, we're not going to be as strict with our rules this year. We'll give you a little bit more time. You don't need to have this as long as you had planned a release at this time. I think, and honestly, that's the way to do it, because they're also going to be short nominated anyways, because since less movies have been made, less movies have been coming out, they're already going to be like, no, we want more people to qualify so that we actually have movies to nominate, kind of a thing.
Otherwise we would only get to qualify in all the categories Invisible Man.
Exactly.
And I'm totally okay with that. By the way, did you hear Aldous Hodge, who was in Invisible Man as like the friend / detective, is I don't remember if it's confirmed or not, but is going to play Hawkman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He had a very strong presence, and that's good, because that's what Hawkman needs.
Yeah.
Hawkman just needs to be that imposing kind of intimidating presence.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you guys, that is it for us. That is our show. Thank you all so much for joining us. We have totally missed our movie bunch. It was weird being away even though we just missed the one stream, which we have done before, when there will be another schedule change for the next week. But we'll talk about that on Saturday, because I haven't figured it out. Which day we're gonna replace and which day we're going to. So there will be a little bit of a schedule change, but there will still be 2 streams next week, because we're not going out of town or anything like that. So thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube,
and don't
thank you so much.
This Saturday, we're going to have our special guest, Mark Riley.
Yodi!
Which I'm super excited to have.
And maybe
on.
Leia.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to have some intense movie conversation.
I'm sure we're going to talk about horror stuff and Star Wars and dogs.
Oh,
that'll be the title.
We will.
Horror Star Wars dogs with
and
Mark
we'll
Riley.
Have Navi on.
Oh, yeah. Navi can sit with us. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love you, and we will see you on Saturday along with Mark Riley for our next live stream. Oh, real quick before I go, if you guys would like to join our Discord, where we talk about, not just what we talk about here on the live stream, but it could be anything you want to talk about: movies, TV shows, pop culture stuff, any toys and collectibles. I'm going to go ahead and drop our Discord invitation into the chat so you guys can check it out. I think it's only dropping for some reason. Oh no, there it goes. I thought it wasn't dropping on.
Yeah, but we have tons of discussions in our Discord, from movies to collectibles to TV shows to DC tons of stuff in there. So please check out our Discord. Have a nice, polite conversation. Yes. And we'll see you guys.
Be open-minded.
Very true.
Be nice.
And be polite. Be nice.
Be nice. Be kind.
And we'll see you guys in our next video.